lobbying is 100% legal, maybe they should not be allowed to have these positions. And now we're going to talk about Hunter Biden, everybody's beloved fail son. So CBS News and CNN reported that Hunter Biden has reached a tentative deal with the U.S. attorney in Delaware. The president's son agreed to enter guilty pleas to 2 misdemeanor tax charges and admitted to felony gun possession, according to a Justice Department filing. The plea will include an acknowledgement that the drug use contributed to the gun crime, and he has agreed to enter into pre-trial diversion agreements. The agreement is expected to mean that Hunter Biden will have to remain drug-free and will not commit additional crimes for 2 years. Provided he fulfills this successfully, the gun count would be dismissed afterwards. That does not amount to a guilty plea. The 2 misdemeanor charges, tax charges, relate to his willful failure to pay taxes for 2017 and 2018. The filing indicates Hunter Biden had more than $1.5 million in income in each of those years. He has since fully repaid back taxes and fines, including $2 million reportedly paid to the federal government last year, with the help of a loan from his personal attorney. The felony gun charge relates to his possession of a handgun by a drug user in 2018. Federal District Judge Melin Noriaka will preside over the case, which is scheduled for July 26. A former patent lawyer in Delaware, Noriaka had the support of both Democratic senators from Delaware when she was nominated by then President Trump. Federal records indicate that she has donated more than $15,000 to political candidates dating back to 1999. On the presidential level, she gave $1,000 to then New York Senator Hillary Clinton's campaign in 2008 for the Democratic nomination. She later donated $2,300 to the eventual 2008 Republican nominee, then Arizona Senator John McCain. She donated to the subsequent GOP nominee as well, giving $2,500 to Mitt Romney, presidential campaign in 2012. Noriaka has financially supported Senator Tom Cotton during his campaign in 2014, when he unseated an incumbent Democratic senator. And she donated $1,000 to Pennsylvania GOP Senator Rick Santorum in 2005. She also donated $1,000 in 2009 to then Senate Democrats campaign arm, the DSCC. So a little bit here, a little bit there, kind of just playing the game just in general, as rich people are wont to do. But Hunter's lawyer, Chris Clark, said, quote, "I know Hunter believes it is important to take responsibility for these mistakes he made during a period of turmoil and addiction in his life. He looks forward to continuing his recovery and moving forward." Clark was asked during an appearance on MSNBC if he would agree to a plea agreement if he believed future charges were possible. "Would I make a deal? No, I wouldn't," Clark said. Sources close to the president's son said the decision to enter into a plea agreement stemmed from Hunter Biden's acknowledgement that there were consequences for his drug abuse. The investigation was led by U.S. Attorney David Weiss, who was appointed by then President Donald Trump in 2018. President Biden kept Weiss in the position, apparently to avoid even the appearance of interference in the ongoing investigation into his son. The Justice Department has gone to great lengths to protect Weiss's independence, even as it was sharply criticized by Republican lawmakers about why the probe had dragged on for so long at all. The tentative plea agreement comes at a time when Republican candidates for president and members of Congress have accused the Biden administration of quote-unquote weaponizing the Justice Department against Republican opponents. They're talking about Trump. And it comes a week after special counsel appointed by U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland obtained a federal grand jury indictment against Trump on felony charges. Those charges stem in part from Trump's alleged willful retention of classified documents. We've reported on this program a lot about those documents, about the allegations. We're saying alleged because it is alleged. It's not proven in a court of law yet, but my opinion is that he did it. Now, the White House has denied any political interference in those matters. Republican Representative James Comer, the chairman of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee, told CBS News he expects Weiss to testify to either his committee or the House Judiciary Committee, going for round 2 against Trump-appointed attorneys facing and investigating Democrats for crimes, high crimes, and all this jazz about what happened to Biden and Trump and all that jazz, because projection is the key to all this. Now, earlier this month, Republican Senator Chuck Grassley accused the Justice Department of using, quote, every resource to investigate candidate Trump, President Trump, and former president, but haven't nearly had the same laser focus on the Biden family. Come on. Even Grassley's like doing this nonsense now. The Republican Party is a joke, dude. Now, a spokesperson for Political Action Committee associated with Trump said Trump would appoint a, quote, truly independent special prosecutor if elected in 2024. In other words, somebody that's going to do his bidding, because that's what they care about. Now, this investigation into Hunter Biden dates back to when Trump was president in 2018. Okay, so why are we talking about this? Well, first of all, a lot of people, especially on the right, some lefty skeptics of the Bidens, have stated that they believe that Hunter did in fact get money for his work in Ukraine to influence Biden during his vice presidency, and there was that quid pro quo in Ukraine. That's what they believe. So they were hoping that this investigation would look into the matters of how Hunter obtained this money that he didn't pay taxes on. However, if we look at the years here, what were these years? Willful failure to pay taxes in 2017 and 2018. This was after Biden left office. These were not the years in question of when Hunter Biden had supposedly gotten money. Well, he did get money trading on his name. That happened. But where Biden could have had been influenced by that. There is no 10% for the big guy here because that isn't the years that he didn't pay taxes. He didn't pay taxes during the 2 years that he was a drug addict again due to his brother's death and the tumultuous experience of what was going on between him and his brother's wife at the time. What's the timeline now? So when Biden marries Beau. Beau died in 2015 at the age of 46. Hunter split from his wife, Kathleen, months after Beau's death. Beau and Haley were romantically linked in 2017. Okay, so again, this was after his brother's death, after him and his brother's wife going through something that I don't even want to participate on. It's a mess. Okay, they got romantically involved. Why that happened, I don't know. I don't know why it happened. I'm not going to guess, even begin to guess of the psychological issues that might have led to that. Not my business. All right, I don't even like talking about this, but it's important for the timeline. Okay, so we have to bring it up a little. They started in 2017. This is when those taxes were not being paid. Supposedly, Haley and Hunter were both drug users at that time. Hunter was very close to his brother, Beau, extremely close. Like they both survived the car accident that took their mother way back when they were kids. Like they're super close. Like Beau was like to Joe Biden was kind of a rock in their relationship, the kind of glue of that. That was how he was with Hunter as well. And Hunter spiraled because of this death, and then probably spiraled more because of the breakup between him and his wife, and the breakup between his first wife rather, and then his breakup with Haley Biden, which was Beau's wife. That is what's happened here. So during those 2 years, he was a drug addict. He admits to that. Everything. Everybody knows about this. He was going through that stuff. It happens. People have failings, and if we care about giving people grace, giving people redemption, then we shouldn't hold this against him. It happens to a lot of people, especially after experiencing some sort of personal loss or trauma. And to be honest, it appears that Hunter has experienced both of those with his brother's death. So that is what happened here. And a lot of the Republicans are really mad that they didn't go after his money that he got in 2015 whenever he was doing the whole Burisma thing, and not looking into, hey, was he paid in 2017 by China or whatever, right? Like not looking into that, not investigating that. But that is not the scope of the investigation, right? Even if it was during the time that he supposedly, that there was that quid pro quo that didn't happen, okay? It didn't happen. There was no quid pro quo, 99% chance of it not happening. Like that's how big of a chance that it didn't happen, 99%. Like we can't rule out everything, but all the evidence that we have from global leaders that there was no quid pro quo. Like, that's just what everybody wanted. They wanted that prosecutor to be fired because he wasn't going after companies like Burisma. Okay, because they didn't look into it, it wouldn't be in the scope, because the scope isn't where that money came from. It's why didn't you pay those taxes? And then if the money wasn't illegally obtained, you're allowed to be a consultant. That's one of the things that's not illegal in the United States. Lobbying is 100% legal Even if you're a politician's relative. It's why Trump's kids aren't getting screwed over right now too. It's why do we, like, it's all legal. Maybe it shouldn't be legal. Maybe we can get some agreement on that with some Republicans and some Democratic skeptical left-leaning people. Maybe we can all agree on that. Maybe they should not be allowed to have these positions. Maybe we can do that. But that is not currently the law, and therefore that is why they're not getting hammed up about this. It is legal corruption. Probably shouldn't happen, but that's just the way the system's set up. You don't like it, change the law. Don't make up bullshit to ham up political opponents because you're mad.